What's crawfish out the patio?
no, let's not. Well, guys, we're live. You see Jason. Well, you always see Jason's picture, but he's actually not here.
Yeah, what an idiot.
Well, he's a little busy, to be fair.
He thought it'd be a good idea to be a 48-year-old new father. Oh, I'm actually 47 for another couple of months, so.
But nope. Shout out to Jason Tsunami. You know, having his kid.
Second kid, right? So lots of love out there to Tamara, Steven, Jason, and baby Jordan.
Yep. Just couldn't wait one day though. Just saying.
I know. I mean, you prioritized having a baby over talking about a dick explosion.
Well, yeah, that is true. Actually, holy shit.
I mean, Jason's not going to get the opportunity to talk about a termite-sized individual turning into a full-size individual while he was inside some other guy's penis, and then like just splitting that dude in half. He thought creating life was more important than that.
It's so dumb. Jason's also going to miss out on, the inaugural season 3 episode of The Boys that we're going to talk about tonight, because we're going to have to two-man it,
Yep.
I mean, look, we carry all the weight of this podcast anyway, so it's really not a big deal.
I would, look, I'll put it out there to a vote to our single listener out there later on, but I would argue that my recap is going to be far superior to any recap Jason has ever done in the past.
If superior means you're going to get it done quicker, I completely agree with you.
Yes, that is exactly what superior means, and I am going to get this done in 30 seconds flat, all 4 episodes.
We take him into the real shit.
Oh, shit.
So I was watching Tropic Thunder recently. Recently as in today. And
nice.
I hadn't seen it in a while, and the part came on where he's like, "Let's make the greatest film ever." And then he steps on that fucking mine and poof, like just turns into dust.
Yeah.
So.
And they find his head. It's like, it's all movie magic, guys. It's all corn syrup. Really warm corn syrup.
My child has wandered into frame without a shirt.
I saw him back there, dude. He's doing it for the ladies, bro.
I mean, look, he's going to get us banned. All right. So, are we ready to do this abomination?
I think so. So tonight we're doing the Hour of Power, right?
Yeah. So we're going to talk about all the top 25 greatest power. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Just kidding. It's The Boys season 3. The first 4 episodes. So it's going to be like the 3 hours of power if we don't get this thing going. So, actually, I think we're going to be fine. It shouldn't take too long. But we do have a lot to talk about. A lot of good stuff. Pretty much almost no.
A lot of good shit.
I don't know if I have any issues. Spoilers for the YouTube crowd. I'm pretty much all in.
All right, we ready?
Do it, man. Do it. Feels weird.
I know. Especially looking at this ugly ass picture of Jason on the YouTube stream over here.
I know.
All right. Hello, and welcome to Two Guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Stupid.
Hello, and welcome to Three Guys and a Mic presents The Boys, Season 3, presented by Amazon. I'm your co-host, The Human Dart, along with
David Disaster.
And Jason Tsunami. Oh, no Jason Tsunami?
Nope. Are you there?
Nope. Can you hear me?
Nope. Oh, actually, guys, he's not here.
No.
Yeah.
No Jason Tsunami this week. For the podcast crowd, if you don't turn in on YouTube, look, the human fossil, he valued making life over talking about the first 4 episodes of The Boys. So,
yep.
I don't know if I would make that same choice, but
he chose life and we chose death. That's a deep cut, Josh.
That's right. Yeah.
of a terrible song.
Yes, indeed. So, listen, Jason and his wife had their second baby yesterday. So, for the podcast crowd, if you're podcast crowd, if you're hearing this, and I say yesterday, that probably means about a year ago by the time Dave actually puts this out there. But Jason is a father again, a new baby girl. So, congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Human Fossil.
Yes, congrats. Very excited for them. But look, the show must go on, and the 2 best people on this podcast are still here. So, we might as well deliver. All kidding aside, we do wish them the best, and we're gonna do our best to kind of pick up the slack here. So, speaking of that, Josh, you had the task of trying to cobble together a ridiculous. I mean, look. Jason couldn't just wait one day because you got stuck with a 4-episode banger of a summary.
I know. It's like it couldn't have just been one episode. It had to be the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And look, I'm sure our 1 or 2 listeners out there. Look, I know one of my favorite parts of the podcast is hearing Jason's recaps every week.
Oh yeah,
he actually does put a lot of work into those. He actually handwrites that shit. I did not handwrite mine. I typed mine like a non-peasant.
Yeah, because this is 2022. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Imagine holding a pen or a pencil.
I still write schedules at work by hand. I haven't quite gotten all the way out of that yet, but anytime I'm trying to take notes or anything, it's all typing.
Josh, come on, Excel spreadsheet, bro, make it happen. You could automate a lot of it. You can.
Listen, we're talking a lot at work about, we got these new quotient things that we're talking about at work, like emotional quotient and intelligence quotient and all that shit. One of them is a technology quotient, and I don't do well on that one. 0.
Hey man, you know what? You were always the best tank, and that to me that takes a lot of intelligence. So
there you go.
So I think that's bullshit.
Well, look, tonight we're gonna see if I possess any skills in the recap quotient.
We'll see, man. I have nothing but faith, and I'm here for you. Yeah. And Jason is
here
in spirit.
Before we get into the recap, though, Dave, just general thoughts. Where are you at so far in season 3? How you feeling?
Look, man, I hate to say it, but this is one of the best shows on television.
You could take off one of and just absolutely say it's the best show on television.
Okay.
There is no better show going right now.
No, I agree. I wanted to say one of the best shows of all time. What I actually wanted to say. And I joke around a lot. I'm usually Mr. Sarcastic. I think we kind of all are, but I mean this. It is the best show currently running right now. And I mentioned this to Jason, I think, at some point after I had seen the 4th episode or right after the 3rd one. I don't remember which, but I did mention to him that, I'm getting to the point now where for the longest time, Game of Thrones has always been, anytime it's ever come up of like, what's the greatest television show I've ever seen? And Game of Thrones is usually like the instant, I don't even think about it and I just throw it out there. And look, that is still true today. But after these first 4 episodes, I think I'm ready for the boys to kind of come into the room of that conversation.
Yeah. The boys has entered the conversation.
Yes, for sure. Because, it's, dude, I just don't think that they've had a bad episode. Like, I'm sure if I sat here and I went through every single episode with a fine-tooth comb, I could find maybe a slower episode. But, this is a show.
They do a good job of maximizing that 10-episode block.
Absolutely.
And it's like, like we're talking about Obi-Wan right now in different podcasts, and some of the conversation right now is, hey, where's the story going? And it feels kind of slow. Like, dude, there's not a wasted scene here. This is all fucking gas every episode.
and there's not a wasted scene. I am not confused at all by the story. I know exactly what each character is doing. Now, does that mean that? Now, that doesn't mean that there's not room for twists, right? But I mostly understand, I understand everything that's happening, right? And for the most part. And we'll get into some twists that did happen in these first 4 episodes, especially in episode 4. There was quite a few, oh shit, I can't believe this is happening. But man, as far as season 3, man, I almost feel like this is a better start than season 2 had. To be completely honest with you.
I mean, I will tell you, this season does possess not only the best death in the series, but quite possibly the best death to ever take place on screen in movie or TV. Yes,
and actually, this, to give a little bit of foreshadowing here, this makes Ant-Man look like he's garbage. Complete and utterly unutilized. I mean, dude, Thanos should have been dead, really quick.
Yeah, fucking Termite is far more powerful than Ant-Man, as we saw.
Yeah. Josh, before we spoil too much more,
Human Fossil says he's going to have to stop listening before we get to 4. Jason, let me just ruin it for you right now, bro. I got everything mixed into one recap here, so...
You might want to pause for 5 minutes and come back.
Yep. So, all right, well, let's hit the recap here. So, like I said, we're doing 4 episodes, so I did my best to keep this kind of at a high level. So there are some things, some twists and turns, some interesting things, that are left out of this recap just because I couldn't put them in there. So, hey, let me just give you right off the top. Guess what? The Deep, he's back, okay? It's not in the recap. I couldn't fit it in there, but he's back. That's really all I had that I couldn't fit in there. I couldn't figure out where that went from a narrative standpoint. So, all right, here we go. I better never have to do another fucking recap, Fossil. All right. So, it's now a year after the events of the end of Season 2. Huey is working closely with Congresswoman Victoria Newman, who is also the director of the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs. In a surprising twist, Butcher is taking orders from Huey on which soups to target and how they are to be treated. MM has left the team and is focusing on his relationship with his daughter. Huey discovers that Victoria is in fact the head-popping soup that they've been searching for, and that she is basically the daughter of the director of VOT, Stan Edgar.
Yep.
Homelander is still reeling from his relationship with Stormfront, constantly having to answer questions about her Nazism. It's determined that Homelander is losing popularity with the people, so Vought decides to make Starlight the co-captain of the Seven. There's a ton of dissension in the ranks in the Seven. We see Queen Maeve even give Butcher some information that points to a weapon that could possibly kill Homelander, which seems to be something that a lot of the Seven actually supports. This takes the team down a path where we learn that there was a soup team before the Seven that was led by a soup called Soldier Boy. The path to discover the weapon that killed Soldier Boy leads Butcher, Frenchie, Kimiko, Huey, and a returning MM down memory lane with Grace as it's discovered that she was actually there the day Soldier Boy was killed. This leads the boys to Russia, where instead of finding the weapon to kill Homelander, they actually discover a very alive Soldier Boy. While the boys are tied up in Russia, Homelander has seen his popularity rise to his own pipe bomb style promo. He has persuaded Victoria to pursue charges against her mentor Stan Edgar. This forced Stan to take a temporary leave of absence, and in doing so has left an increasingly violent and psychotic Homelander in charge of Vought and the Seven.
That's hey man, bra fucking vo. That was really good. That was easily one of our top 100 recaps of all time. I'm just kidding with you, buddy. That was really good.
Look, I'll accept number 101.
All right. Small note. We are about to hit like 170 episodes here. I didn't realize how close we were actually going to get to 200.
I mean, I didn't think we'd ever get to 200 episodes, but we'll talk about that on episode 200, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
For now, Dude, this show, I mean, the twists and turns. I mean, just going back to what you were talking about with episode 4 just a second ago, and just the twists and turns you got in that episode. I mean, you have Victoria turning on Stan Edgar, where we thought she was going to call out Homelander, and in turn,
so, hey, she on that. Did you think that was the plan at first?
No.
Okay, because at first I did. I was like, oh, she's like a double agent. Now, it could, I guess this is like, I'm like kind of forming a prediction right here in the moment, but
yeah,
it could be that this really was a double turn. The plan, right? Where, it's to give the illusion that Homelander's in control just so he'll fuck up, basically.
Yeah.
Because Stan Edgar does kind of mention that to him, but I actually don't think so. I think you're right. I think this really just was kind of a backstab on Newman's part. Yeah,
I think. God, I mean, there's just so much good shit to talk about, especially in these first 4 episodes. So, I don't know. It's like I kind of look at this like, let's get into favorite scenes here. Maybe that'll give us a little bit more of a roadmap to talk about. So, like the first favorite.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, the first favorite scene I had was the scene where Starlight becomes co-captain of the Seven.
Yeah.
And, dude, you just get some fucking classic Homelander in this scene. So we discover in the scene that Homelander is becoming less popular with the people, and that Starlight actually has a 96% Q rating, approval rating, whatever you want to call it. She's super popular, and Homelander's not. So they see that they can make the best of a bad situation and actually make Starlight a co-captain of the Seven. And she is totally against this idea because fucking Homelander's a psycho.
Oh, dude, he is completely psycho. And, dude,
it reminds me of the business card scene in American Psycho.
Yeah.
Like, because you just see him, he's just crumbling over there, over this thing. And then he eventually gets kicked out of the room, which is just even more embarrassing.
Dude, and then whenever he's like so sulking about the situation, and he goes back and you see Stormfront, spoiler, she's alive, right? And and he's just talking to her like, dude, she's clearly like she's not gonna ever be the same. Like, she's missing an arm.
She's fucked up.
She's missing an arm. I think she's missing both of her legs.
She's only missing one hand, though, as we discovered.
Yeah, because apparently, and Stormfront is still like, she is. It's almost like she's stuck in the Aryan pro just mode, because she's like you're gonna think about everything you're gonna do, and you need to have babies with her and all this other stuff. And
what is she doing while she's saying all this, Dave?
So she holds out her only hand, and Homelander nonchalantly just, oh yeah, no problem, just drops trow, and she proceeds to service.
She's jerking him off, Dave.
Yeah. We got our sponsors.
She's jerking him off while she's trying to get him to continue to commit to the Aryan race.
Yeah, and he's
at least to Homelander's credit, he's like, what? No.
No. He's like, the whole time she's just kind of mumbling about this shit, and he's kind of off in his own little world. Like, they're both kind of just talking, but neither one of them are real. It's not a conversation. Look, if we're going to talk about the first episode, we can't not talk about the just craziest fucking sequence that happens. So there's a guy in here.
I was gonna save that for the returning category, best death. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Yeah. If you want to save it, that's fine. We can save it.
Yeah.
So this BCL Red, right? That they bring up, and that seems to be the kind of that is going to be the focus of this show or this season, right?
Yep.
BCL has to stand for something. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you what you think it stands for because I don't know either. But
no idea.
That has to stand for something. And I feel like when we find out what it is, it's going to be like, oh.
It'll be obvious.
Yes, I think it is going to be something obvious.
Yeah, but they're anticipating this is the weapon to kill Homelander.
Do we think the weapon is... They talk about it as a weapon, right? But I think it's a thing or a person.
Well, I have this as a question later on, but is Vicky the weapon to kill Homelander? Vicky. The head popper.
Well, I thought that, right? And so I'm glad you brought that up because what is her real name?
Naomi.
No, it's Nadia.
Nadia.
Which is, correct me if I'm wrong, but is it Nadia Russian?
Yeah, well, there's the other Nadia that the Frenchie gets captured by.
So,
but that's true, little Nadia.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying, I thought it was Little Nina.
I don't know, dude. Fucking every name starts with an N, dude. I don't know. Okay. I just watched this shit.
Dude, I'm like 99% sure they're not both Nadia here.
I think you're probably right, Dave.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up her name now that you've like stumped me here. But yeah, Little Nina. Yeah, see, I'm not.
There you go. Look, I'm playing the Jason role this week. All right.
Okay.
I don't know the fucking names.
But what I'm saying is, her real name is Nadia. I think that Edgar found her in Russia and took her back with him because he was there in Russia at that time.
That's true. As we saw in the flashbacks, which is another one of my favorite scenes, is the whole flashback sequence.
Yeah, that was in episode. Is
3.
that 3? Okay, yeah. So, but no, I think he took her back with him, and she's the secret weapon. But
I don't know if her age matches up there, unless I guess maybe he found her there like very, very young, like baby.
That's what I think.
Okay.
But we'll see. But yeah. I do also go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, just another scene to really I think it really showcases how far or how crazy Homelander is this season, is the scene where he arrives on the rooftop to save this young girl from committing suicide. Oh. And she's committed to jumping off the building, and he is at first there to really kind of talk her out of it. And then you see in a very conveniently placed screen behind him that Stormfront actually committed suicide. And she's dead.
That was in episode 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you see, we're talking about all these.
Oh, you're just morphing them. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but we see Stormfront commit suicide while he's on that building, and then he turns around and his whole demeanor changes. And not only does he not save her, but he urges this young girl to jump.
Yeah,
and he actually says it multiple times, and probably one of the best like.
Oh, I forget. I hope you know exactly what he says because I know.
I just know he says jump like 3 times. He's just like, no. Like, jump. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, you need to commit to this.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't want to get out of order here, but I mean, it's going to be a Homelander sweep when we get to the category.
Oh, my God, for sure. Sure.
So I do want to point out some scenes. It's a set of scenes across... It's basically an arc that I want to highlight here, and it's Kimiko, her entire arc.
Yeah,
like she has come. I don't want to say she's come a long way because she's always been interesting, but I think she's really being highlighted incredibly well in this season. Like from a character development standpoint, she's had a lot of character development here, and she has a favorite scene here for me when she goes in for the assassination, and she gets a lot of weaponry that she gets to use in that room.
I have that listed later on in an honorable mention for best death as death by dildo.
Dude, I mean, she uses the 7, like every one member of the 7.
Yeah, and they're 7 themed.
Yeah. But I mean, like, she's clearly having some conflict, right? Because she wants out. She wants a normal life, and she can't be killed, right? Presumably, I don't know if she gets completely dismembered. I'm sure that probably will do the job, but she she kind of can't be killed, and she's just done being a weapon. She feels like she's being used, and she just wants to run off with Frenchie. And
I don't know, Dave. Maybe she can be killed.
Well, look, we did see Soldier Boy. Apparently, he's been pumped with something, because they do mention that that is not normal.
Yeah.
And yeah, to your point, maybe she can be killed after all. But yeah, I mean, I just love everything that's going on with Kimiko. Like, again, when they were at Vaughtland, she talks about how she's kind of talking about her past, and she sees those kids there, and she's like, look, those kids are going to be, they're like me. They're going to grow up in this with nothing and nobody. And man, I'm just like, I really feel for her. I feel bad because she was there to kill that guy in the assassination thing, and those other women that were there, they're super scared, and they shoot her, even though she's like, yeah. I'm not here for you, right? Like, or she didn't say that, but she's
still gets shot right in the dome.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. I just really love where her character's going. I worry because I don't want them to set up that they're going to kill Kimiko. I hope that Kimiko stays around forever.
Yeah,
but
yeah. One of the things I left out of the recap earlier, and this is another character here that is just on a. I mean, every time this guy pops up on screen, he could be the MVP of the show. But Butcher. So not only did Queen Maeve actually give him some info on a weapon that could kill Homelander, but she also gives him a couple of doses of V24, which we discover is like basically temporary. It's temporary V. Yeah, so it'll allow you to become a soup for 24 hours. And look, we know Butcher is not a fan of the soups. I mean, we've seen this dude bludgeon Haley Joel Osment in a bathroom, ramming his face nonstop into a sink just for being a soup. So we know that's not Butcher's cup of tea, but based on some of the stuff he's going to have to do here to find this weapon, he's going to have some backup, right? Yeah. And so we actually see a scene where Butcher does take the V, and he goes up against
Gunpowder,
an old running buddy of Soldier Boy called Gunpowder, which is actually one of the Boondock Saints, the one that's not from Walking Dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the other one. I can't remember his name. Was Sean something, but.
Oh, you're right.
By the way, that's why Amazon is the best, because you can pause that scene right in the middle of it and get the name of every actor that's in the fucking scene. It's by far the best.
Dude, I love it.
But anyway, we see Butcher's, and he's talking shit to Gunpowder. Gunpowder shoots him, and you're like, oh shit! And he gets up, and the bullets fall out of him.
And you know right away that Gunpowder's gonna die.
Yeah, and then we see Butcher exhibit some super strength, and then we see him full on unleash the laser eyes.
Dude.
And I mean, he cuts fucking Gunpowder's head in half, cuts his car in half. I mean, just some top end shit from Butcher.
So I want to. This is not really a great transition, but I want to bring this up here because I feel like this is going to come up. So Butcher appears to have all the powers of Homelander, presumably.
Homelander, yeah.
Now we don't know why that is, right? But somebody else gets V24 in their veins. Huey. And I was like, okay.
Teleports.
Yeah, I was like, okay, does everyone have the same powers? And it's like, nope. Like, that's confirmed. Because he teleports without his clothes, which I guess makes sense, right? Because his clothes don't have powers, right? Like,
they don't teleport too, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then he punches a dude in the chest. And he's like, oh, sorry.
It puts his arm all the way through him. But dude, you know what? That's such a good call right there, because I just thought he was like so fast that he kind of like teleported out of his clothes. But again, the show does a really good job of introducing superhero physics, right? Because if you go back to the plane scene, which we see another snippet of that during this, where Maeve is like, why can't you just like fly under the plane and just hold it up? He's like, that's not how it works. I'll just fly through the plane.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so many things where like you don't consider the real physics of the situation. So that's a good call, Dave, that he teleported out of his clothes because his clothes can't teleport.
Yeah, and so it makes you think of like other superheroes, like Nightcrawler is the first one I thought of. Like Nightcrawler, if for those that don't know Marvel, like Nightcrawler also does like these short burst teleports, right? And I'm sure there's somebody who knows all about Nightcrawler's powers that is going to be able to explain why his clothes teleport with him. But I just think it's interesting that if you really think about it, like unless there's some other explanation, yeah, Nightcrawler should be super naked the whole time because.
Dude, are you saying that X-Men is a bunch of bullshit?
Compared to the boys, it is. Oh
my god. That's my childhood, bro.
No, dude, I love X-Men, so I can't talk shit about it. But now, see, now I bring that up. I brought that up about Huey, right? Because now I want to see what everybody else's powers are going to get. Because now I feel like it's inevitable that MM is going to shoot up, that Frenchie is going to, and obviously, it makes me wonder why don't they just, and maybe they will, but why don't they just shoot Kimiko with V24? Right, if her powers of healing, if our powers aren't working,
he only got 3 doses, right? And we know Butcher's taken 2, and Huey took 1, so I think he's out.
You think so? I thought he had a few vials. I thought he got 2 or 3 vials of it.
Oh, I just assumed each one was like a single serving.
I don't think so. I think he's still got some.
Well, maybe not, or maybe that's what the next episode is. Maybe the next episode is them having to go to Vought to try and track some down.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows? Next scene I have here is so Homelander is up in the polls, right? Ashley comes running across the Vought Tower.
This is after his pipe bomb.
On Homelander. Huh?
This is after his pipe bomb?
Yeah. This is after Homelander's pipe bomb promo. And Ashley comes running in, and Homelander's laying there butt-ass naked. And she tells him that he's up in the polls, and he gets so excited by that
he goes up in the polls.
Presume that he gets a massive erection.
Yeah, he goes up in the polls himself.
Yeah.
And dude, man, he treats Ashley like absolute shit.
I know.
Is your brain? I don't want to say it, but it's you. If you know, you know.
Yeah, and she uses it later, which is funny.
She uses it later as and then afterwards she proceeds to show from her desk a
strap-on Homelander dildo.
A strap-on, and the dude is totally like, he's like, yeah, I'm interested.
Yeah.
Like, geez Louise, man.
Dude, there's so much crazy shit in this show. It's like when they sit around and they're tossing out ideas, you think somebody's like, I got it. What if instead of Ant-Man, we have Termite? And it leads to this. I don't want to give it away yet because we're getting back to Best Death, but it leads to this, and everybody in the room is like, "Yes, that's it."
Yeah. It. Well, I know the show is based on the graphic novel or comic book or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've read a bit of the first few issues or whatever of the comic, and there are some similarities. So, like, actually, like in the early part of the comic, they do take temporary V. So it's like it took 3 seasons for us to get here on the show. But like there's already like a million differences. So like I feel like you could read the comic and it wouldn't even really spoil too much of the show. Now I don't know if that's for certain, but I feel like there's differences already. But to your point, Josh, I mean, I do love the writing in this show, and I love the fact that I feel like Amazon gives them 100% free reign to do whatever the hell they want.
There is no doubt that that's the thing.
Yeah, I think Amazon. This has to be Amazon's most successful show, right? Like, I think.
Oh, I would assume so. I mean, dude, they got. I mean, one thing we didn't cover, but I mean, the opening scene of the whole show is them filming a movie, The Dawn of the Seven, and you got Charlize Theron in there doing a cameo in the show. Like, come on, man.
The show's
not
big
just
time.
doing a cameo for any show. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the show's big time. But dude, they don't hold anything back, like, at all. And I feel like if this, I mean, like, obviously this is speculation, but I feel like if this show was on any other network, like Netflix or whatever, like, short of it being on HBO, I think that'd be the only other network that I think would be able to deliver what this show can deliver in terms of, like, just unfiltered.
Yeah. I've got 2 more scenes here, Dave. Do you have any scenes you want to talk about?
A lot of my scenes involve deaths, so, like, I'm trying to just hold on to them.
I got you. All right, so the next scene I had was so we see Homelander bring the Deep back into the fold, right? And they actually set up a dinner for him, Starlight, the Deep, and Deep's wife. And
oh God, you're talking about Timothy.
It's an all seafood dinner. And dude, I mean, he breaks off probably the biggest lobster I've ever seen in my life. And he breaks the fucking tail off this thing, and the Deep is just like, you know. And fucking Ashley's over here. She's killing some oysters.
Dude, even Deep's wife is eating this shit too.
Yeah. And so then, you know, Homelander gets up and he's like,
I got something special for you.
I got the chef's specialty here for you. This is super popular out of Thailand or whatever.
Oh no!
And he pulls up the fucking the cloche, and it's a live octopus.
He goes, "Oh, that's my friend Timothy."
Yeah, he's like, "Holy shit!" This is his exact words. "Holy shit! It's Timothy. this is my friend." Oh, dude, it's so ridiculous.
And he's like, "Eat that. I'm gonna need you to eat him." He's like, "Eat the fucking squid," and
then his wife texts him, "Eat the fucking octopus or whatever.
Yeah.
Eat it."
Yeah, and dude, so he's begging for his life.
Yeah, he's eating the fucking thing. He's like, he's praying. He's praying.
Dude, it's a combination of, like, I'm like laughing, but I'm also like super uncomfortable. Like it's bad. And he's like, I'm so sorry. Oh my God, dude. That's look, it was all computerized, right? So for those animal lovers out there, like he didn't eat like an octopus, but dude, that was well done. Like, that looked real for sure.
I know.
And like, dude, like the ink starts squirting out of his mouth. Yeah. And he's praying.
Yeah, Emilio says it was his love toy, and you know, it's a good call because we see reference to that whenever he's having sex with his wife, and while he's having sex with his wife, he's like locked eyes with Timothy.
He goes, "You
in
like
the fish tank in front of him?" Yeah,
he's like talking to him.
You gonna use all your arms to jerk me off? She's like, all my arms.
Jeez Louise, that's how Aquaman would really be.
I know.
Aquaman would be all about it.
So the last scene I had here is Jason. Spoiler alert if you're out there listening, but it's the last scene in episode 4, basically, where Homelander flies Starlight to a rooftop to discover that the newest member of the Seven, Supersonic, is not just dead. He's fucking super dead.
he's fucking super dead, dude.
Yeah.
He is like. Dude, and the speech he gives her basically is like, look, I'm in charge now. There's no more games. There's no more coups. There's no more, like, we're not gonna fuck around. Like, that will be Huey. And he's like, I need you to say it.
Yeah.
And like, and then she says that will be Huey, and he's like, say it again, for me.
Yeah. And
then he flies away. Find your own way home.
Yeah.
This dude is mutilated, by the way. This dude, Supersonic. He is, yeah. I mean, granted, Homelander could have just eyeball lasered him, but
no, he punished this guy.
Yeah. And to give a little context to this, because I feel like it's important. It's part of the one of the storylines. is obviously Starlight is with the boys on trying to take down like Vought and everything, right? Throughout this, this guy Supersonic, who was her childhood friend and maybe
childhood boyfriend,
dated her or whatever,
took her virginity.
Oh yeah, that's true. She basically brings him in on their plan of trying to potentially, try to kill Homelander. And this dude, it's his fault, kind of, right? Like, obviously, it's Homelander's fault ultimately, but Supersonic runs his mouth to A-Train. And I knew when he did that, part of me was like, oh, maybe A-Train will be a good guy. I should have known better. In thinking that, because A-Train totally used that, because throughout this, that's what he said. He said, "Your buddy."
That's what Homelander says.
Oh well, I guess we don't know for sure, right? But I'm as of right now, I'm just going off of what the show's presenting, right? Because we know A-Train is kind of like he's been treated like shit from Homelander because he can't run anymore, essentially. He says, why don't you stay there on the ground with your useless fucking legs?
He fucking fat shames him too. You think I see you back here drinking these fucking milkshakes, eating these fucking cheeseburgers?
He goes, yeah, man, I need to eat 20,000 calories. Yeah, if you're running, you're not running. You're not doing anything.
Oh shit,
dude. Oh man, so presumably A-Train.
But take all that, right? Take all that he says to him, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know that A-Train really said that. I think maybe Supersonic went to him and was trying to get on his good side and says, yeah, A-Train, Starlight, they're all out to get you. I
don't think so.
And he nuked Supersonic to make it look like, A-Train did that, so now it's going to create some more dissension in the ranks.
That could be your theory. I think A-Train just used this to try to get back into the good graces, similar to the Deep, right? Trying to get back in, which is dumb because Homelander's going to end up killing them all, I bet. But yeah, man. I'm trying to think of any specific favorite scenes that don't involve death. It's hard. Because they're all so good. I just think in general the Soldier Boy reveal that he was alive. I will admit, when the episode started, I was like, I'm thinking Soldier Boy's alive.
Yeah, I kind of had that feeling, so I wasn't super shocked, but
the reveal was good though.
But you know what? They did though. Is they did a good job of kind of faking you out almost, because they look into that first thing
and there's a fucking hamster or gerbil or what?
Yeah, and so I'm immediately thinking, oh, they found Soldier Boy, and then it's a hamster, and they're like, oh, okay, maybe he's not really alive.
Dude, I for a second thought that was BCL Red, and this was a big fucking troll. Like the BCL Red is a fucking hamster that they're gonna use that. They're going to take this hamster, and the hamster's going to
shove it up Homelander's ass.
The hamster's going to kill Homelander. Because, dude, this hamster was flying.
Yeah, well, look, we can jump into best deaths here, because that's an honorable mention. Is this fucking soup hamster burrows into this guy's skull and kills him.
What are the odds that we're going to see this hamster again? I hope he's part of the team. I
didn't see anything that would lead me to believe that he was dead.
Yeah, he's just living inside this dude.
Shit, he could just be riding on the fucking shoulder of Butcher now, next time he rolls into a fight, he's going to be riding Butcher's shoulder like a pet.
Yeah. So if we're getting into best death, I have to bring this up. So I'm going to kind of start in order here, as best I can. I think it's the Newman kill in the end of the first episode against her former
in the alleyway.
Friend Tony. This is the first time we get to see Newman in actual action, combat. And it seems to be pretty much the same. I think every soup has super strength, right? I think that's pretty much standard.
Par for the course, yeah.
But I think it's just what other additional what is their unique ability, right? And we all know hers is this telepathy. I thought it was strictly just head popping, but apparently it's
did I.
It's just it's just basically telepathic, something or other.
I'm with you, Dave. I don't know how to explain it, but basically she can look at your hand and pop your hand.
Yeah, so she can burst a point in space in space, right? So she starts messing with this dude, and she doesn't just pop him once in the head, because she doesn't actually burst his whole head because he's a soup. Yeah. She bursts, she hits him once, and then she hits him again, and this dude is just you could see his
bottom jaw is still intact, but everything else above it is void.
Yeah, and you can see his just tongue and throat, and he's just dying. And
Huey is just kind of watching this whole thing happen behind a dumpster.
Yeah, this was him finding out who she was. And then, she's the dude is sitting there just dying, and then she decides to finish him off and explodes his entire body into nothingness. And it's just raining fucking goo and googe and shit all over fucking Huey. It's raining blood.
Oh
yeah.
Hey, by the way, if you like that song, check us out on our Metalhead's Journey. Go back in the catalog a little bit.
Yeah, but dude, what did you think of that fight or that death? What were your thoughts there?
It definitely made my honorable mentions as far as best death so far. And just a brutal fight, man. Could you imagine someone just popping? Because, the first time she got him, I think she got, the 2 fingers.
Yeah.
And then she got the hand. So she was kind of popping, chunks of them. Dude, it's I feel like it would be getting shot with, a 357.
I feel how... I don't even know how you beat her, right? She's so... Because you can't be at range. Because if she sees you coming, you're gone. Right? She's going to end you. So...
you got a laser eye her.
Yeah, well, Homelander. Homelander did challenge her. He's like, "Hey, you think you can pop my head? Why don't you go ahead and try? Let's find out." He's super psycho. He's like, "Let's find out. Come on." And she doesn't do it. Homelander says at one point in the show, he's like, "I can do whatever the fuck I want." Yeah. He's so good. But what other deaths you got?
Let me see here.
I figure we just alternate.
Yeah. God damn it. Hold on. My notes fell down. I have, so in one of the in the flashback, we see members of the original team.
Payback.
Payback. Yep, that's right. And one of the members in there, his name was Swatto, and Swatto had wings like a fly. And
oh no, I know which death you're talking about.
Yeah, Swatto's a little bit of an asshole and doesn't listen. And Swatto's the one that basically causes the whole ordeal to happen at that camp and have all the Russians rush that camp. But in one of the scenes, whenever the Russians are attacking, you see Swatto fly up into the sky, and then you see a surface-to-air missile just heat seek him and just boom, just blow that bitch right out of the sky.
Dude,
I just thought that shit was funny as fuck.
Dude, that whole flashback sequence was damn. I now want the Boys prequel.
Yeah.
I want Payback. Give me Payback before that moment. Because man, that team outside of Soldier Boy, who seemed to be basically Captain America, more or less, all those other people seem to be mostly useless.
It feels like they're taking some shots at Marvel this year.
Yeah. But that team kind of sucked outside of him. Well, Crimson Countess. Well, they were all killing their own people. They were just killing everybody, basically.
Yeah. I have her as an honorable mention as well, just at the park. Plus,
when she blew up that that Homelander guy that was dressed as Homelander.
Dude, that fireball's brutal.
Yeah.
She hits people with this little formed fireball, and it doesn't just go through you. This shit hits you, and it's an exploding ball. You just evaporate.
Yeah, it's fucking done. That dude's head exploded, by the way.
Yeah.
it's not a death, but I do want to bring up that we saw Black Noir without his mask for the first time, and then he didn't want to wear a mask. He was like, I don't want to wear a mask anymore. I want people to see who I am, and that comes back to hurt him for sure.
Yeah.
And
that also hurts a theory that I've been working on for 2 seasons, Dave.
Yeah,
I've been convinced that Black Noir has been a Homelander clone this whole time.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that that's confirmed false.
Look, I just want my own Hunter's moment, okay? That's all.
Yeah. I don't know,
Dave.
That's fine.
I'm just trying to take big swings here.
You don't forget, you're shortchanging me, but I also predicted Data was alive, and I was right there too.
No, he wasn't.
Well, we'll have to agree to disagree because you're wrong.
Okay, listen. This is all foreplay, though. Like, all these deaths, these are fine. Okay?
All right.
But let me just set the stage.
Are you going to bust the big one?
Yeah. Not only is this the best death in the history of the show. Okay?
Yes. I would say, and I'm going to forget her name because I'm terrible with names, but in the last episode of season 1, when Homelander burns the eye.
When he burns the eyes out of Elizabeth Shue?
Yes. That I would say that's up there just because there's so much emotion behind that.
Yeah.
But this is better than
that. This is definitely
more brutal.
Yeah. And I would say that this might be the best death in the history of TV or cinema.
Like if this was in our 3 Guys and a Mic patent pending bracket, there can be only one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we did best deaths, this is the Stone Cold of that bracket.
Yeah. Like we probably couldn't include it because it would win, like by default.
So this might also be just the most like surprising and funniest scene I've ever seen in anything.
Josh, okay, like really sink in the foreplay here. Okay. you gotta paint the whole scene for those. Just to
So like we referenced in the recap, we know that Huey is kind of running the show here and telling Butcher who he can and can't go after, and so he's assigned to go after this soup named Termite. And we see Termite at a party doing some party tricks. Look, if you haven't seen the show yet, think Ant-Man. So he can instead of having a suit to do all the work, though, he can do it himself, butt naked. Okay,
but I think he can only shrink. He can't grow huge. He just can shrink.
He can't go huge. Yeah, he can shrink and go back to regular size. So we see him doing this party trick. It's all cool. Him and he's naked, by the way, like butt ass naked.
I think he's having sex with a toy.
Yeah, he is. A Lego, actually. So he goes into the back room with somebody that we find out later on is his boyfriend, or at least another sexual partner. It's a guy. They do a couple of bunts of cocaine, and
he's got the sniffles. He's like been sneezing.
Yeah. And the boyfriend says, "I need to feel you inside me."
Which, I was thinking, okay, they're going to have sex.
Yeah, anal sex, right? That's your first thought. And then he jumps up on this table and he shrinks. And so I immediately think, oh,
he's going to go in his
butt. He's going to go into this guy's ass, right? Dude, okay, look, hold on. Everybody I've talked to about this, everybody thought that. Like every single person, nobody thought it was going to go the other direction. Everybody thought he was going to go into the guy's ass. Okay. And so this guy pulls his pants down,
and dude, you see it.
Yeah,
it takes up the whole screen.
He lays his cock down on this table, and so basically you got Termite, who is super small, the size of a termite. He is walking towards, and you very quickly realize, oh no, like he is going into this guy's penis. And so, he walks into the urethra, right? And so he's in, and
he's touching the sides of this dude's the walls in there.
Dude, it's done so well because you just have this background behind you of just the hole.
Yeah.
Right? And he's just walking through there and he's just dragging his hands on the side of the penis. And apparently that's good.
And you hear the
guy was loving it.
This guy was like, "Oh God." And then he says a sentence right before Termite sneezes. He says,
"Get to the prostate.
Get to the prostate." And then what happens, Josh?
Yeah. So you see Termite like kind of flinch a little bit, and my first thought was he was gagging or something. There was like some sort of a smell or something was going on. That was my first thought. I didn't recognize it initially as him trying to not sneeze. And then the second time it comes around, he's not able to hold that sneeze, bro. And he fucking sneezes. And he becomes full size again inside this guy's penis and splits this motherfucker in half.
And
dude, when I watched this shit, I was like, it was like the Red Wedding, but funny. Like my mouth was like wide open, but I was dying laughing, bro. Like dude, I couldn't. I had to rewatch it like 10 times.
Dude, and this dude, he falls on the bed, right? Like, because he's standing in front of the bed.
The top half of him does.
Yeah. And his whole bottom half is gone. It's
gone.
It's like, you don't even see his legs. You don't see anything. It's done. And the thing that I was laughing, that was the most funny, is he doesn't like when he like. The guy isn't just like dying. He is dead. Like instant dead, like gone.
Which is probably good for him.
Yeah. Cause his guts is all hanging out. Like he's like just completely out there. And
dude,
and Termite actually at first like doesn't even realize what is going on. Dude,
yeah, and he
so
starts
brutal.
freaking out. Obviously, dude, Amanda like hates that kind of stuff, and so she sees it and she's like, like freaking out, and I'm just like, dude, I can't think of another scene that's ever made me laugh that hard from a TV show, or I mean, even a movie.
Dude, that was. I mean, there's no other death that I don't know with exception to like emotional deaths, right? Where it's like there's a lot of where there's a lot of weight behind it.
Yeah.
You know, this was just like, I think right before it happened, I knew it was going to happen. Cuz I knew he was holding I saw he was holding back a sneeze and I'm like
dude, it caught me by surprise. I didn't know what to expect. I thought maybe they were going to like question this guy and something would happen, or maybe Frenchie would like grab his dick to like try and trap him in there or something. Like I had no idea what was going to happen. And then to see that, totally the opposite direction.
I naively thought that he was going to expand and just explode the guy's dick, and like he'd be standing like directly in front of the guy.
Yeah.
And the guy would have an exploded dick and be like, my dick, or whatever. Like, that was very naive of me, because that's probably not very realistic. What actually happened is probably much more realistic in the realm of reality, of superheroes.
Yeah.
Which takes us back to Ant-Man. Why couldn't Ant-Man just crawl inside Thanos at some point and expand? Would Thanos not have? Would that have killed Ant-Man? Would Thanos be too powerful for that? Or,
I mean, we saw Thanos get his head chopped off, so
that's true.
I definitely think if he'd have crawled inside Thanos' penis and sneezed, or just hit the button,
boom,
it'd have been over.
And right after that, whenever Butcher and someone else goes in there, I think there's a couple of them, or Frenchie.
Oh no. Oh yeah, Frenchie and Kimiko go in there, and then Termite shrinks back down, and he's trying to climb up Frenchie's dick.
Yeah, he's like, he's gonna climb in my asshole. Get him. And and then Butcher throws that dude into a Ziploc baggie of cocaine and shakes it.
Yeah,
he's like he's ODing. Dude, I don't even know how we follow that. Like I mean, like the gunpowder death is really cool, because he just gets cut in half along with the car that's behind him. What are some other cool deaths here? I mean,
there's a ton of them. I kind of we already went through all the ones that I had as just kind of listed as like my favorite ones.
Yeah,
but I mean, dude, there's so much to choose from, but I don't know, man. There's nothing that's ever going to top that one. I will think about that death probably like I don't want to go so far as to say every day, but a couple times a month it'll probably pop into my head that I'm gonna think about this dude getting his just exploding from this guy that's inside of his dick.
So look, we can move on here. We want to talk about who the MVP of this show is and why Homelander's so good.
Yeah, let's do it. So I do have Homelander there, and I have Butcher listed as kind of like as a separate one as well. I think this is a really good Butcher season as well, but Homelander is definitely like the number one.
Yeah, I agree. Homelander is. I mean, like, even more so. Like, I think in season 1, this was kind of the Huey and Butcher show, and Homelander was just there. Like, Homelander had highlights, but I don't think he was like. I don't think he ran the show. Like,
no.
But dude, Anthony Starr, the actor who plays Homelander, dude, like. The only other, there's really no other actor that I could think to do it, but the only other actor, like, that I would even remotely consider to do this would be, like, Michael Fassbender. But, like,
I can see Christian Bale doing it, too.
But, like, dude, I mean, Anthony Starr is Homelander, and he's so, like, he's insane. He's, like, scary, like, because of how just... Like, dude, I mean, it's like if Superman was a villain, but if Superman had no kryptonite. Like, there was no kryptonite, and if he was, like, imbalanced and psychopathic. Like, he could do anything he wants.
I almost feel like this is a performance on the level of, like, Heath Ledger.
I agree.
Like, as the Joker, and it almost, like, scares me as, like, you know, like, I don't know about any of this personally, but, like, I hope he's not, like... somehow taking some of that outside the show with him, because I mean, dude, he's doing such a good job of playing a psycho.
Yeah, dude. I mean, like no joke. I think I told this to my brother, or it was either my brother or Jason, because my one of my brothers watched the show, and but I think this is probably like cumulative, or even just this season, really. Like, this is one of the best performances of a villain across anything. Like, I think Homelander is one of the best villains, like, across any media.
I jotted this down as, you know, if we did a bracket of just best TV/movie character. And now I was like, because I mean, I was thinking about how good Homelander is, and you know how he'd probably be the Stone Cold of that bracket, but. You know, that could be an interesting bracket somewhere down the line of just movie or TV characters like going against each other, because dude, Homelander would be tough to beat.
Like what about like, not to trail off, but like what about like a bracket of like best TV show or movie performance?
Yeah. So I mean, you'd have what? Homelander, Ramsey Bolton,
Joker, Heath Ledger.
I don't know. Do you do Bruce Willis as John McClane?
No, I don't think so. I'm thinking of a Tom Hanks role, like, I don't know, Forrest Gump or
Forrest Gump, obviously, or Philadelphia. I mean, those are the ones he won the Oscars for.
Yeah, Castaway should have won for that too. That was
or you know, Denzel and Man on Fire.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Whatever.
But I mean, if Anthony Starr doesn't win an Emmy for this fucking show, man, like, it's a joke.
Yeah, you'd have to have Heisenberg in there.
Yeah, dude. Even you could just restrict this to TV. too.
Yeah,
I mean, there's so many
sure.
good TV performances.
But dude, you could even if you go back and watch his other show that was it's on Cinemax, but I think you can see it on HBO Max, called Banshee.
I've never seen it.
Really good, dude. Trust me, Dave, you'd like it.
All right, well,
It's really good. He's not playing a superhero, but it's good.
I'll have to check it out. Yeah, what do you think about the storyline with Homelander and Starlight? Homelight. Was that shocking for you?
Yeah, I would say, like, to your point, I don't have any issues, but that's a I don't get it. I mean, I guess it's to continue the pairing, to continue to gain popularity in the polls, right? I guess there's like this very political undertone going on in the show this year, so I guess it's like it's like a joining of the powers, right? It's like a John McCain and a Sarah Palin joining together to try and gain some votes. So I guess I understand it from that side, but I was definitely shocked to see her kiss Homelander.
But yeah, she's going all in, and dude, whenever Homelander asks Huey, is she a good fuck?
Yeah,
dude, I was like, oh man, like Huey's gonna get himself killed, and then Starlight had to step in,
yeah.
And then
save Huey again.
Yeah, but Homelander's like, what are you doing? Like he's not afraid of Starlight even in the slightest bit.
Which I feel like there's gonna be a payoff to that somewhere down the line. Like, I don't know who or what kills Homelander, but I feel like Starlight's gonna do some damage.
Homelander can't die till the end. He's got to be the ultimate bad guy. Like, he can't. Like, they better not pull this like Game of Thrones thing where they have like the big ending, but like then they have a whole another season of somebody else. Like, Homelander has to be.
They kill Homelander and then they have 3 more seasons.
Yeah, like dude, Homelander has to be like last episode. Like, that's it, So,
yeah. What about least favorite character?
I'm gonna say Huey. Only because he's just like the least interesting right now for me. He's kind of like, I don't know. I don't.
What about the face he had on after he killed that dude while he was riding high on V, and you could clearly tell that he was enjoying it.
Dude, he's addicted. Like, he's not even paying attention to Kimiko dying. Like, he's just totally power hungry. He's addicted to the power. And I think that's very clearly, obviously going to come back and haunt him. Something bad is going to happen because of him directly, I think. I think it's like super obvious to bring him back down to earth. But yeah, I think he's just realizing, oh shit, this is what it's like to be a super. Like, I think he's going to want to be a permanent superhero, like, or superpowers. Yeah.
I can see that. I had Supersonic as my least favorite character. I wasn't really feeling the character for most of the show. I am definitely not sad to see Homelander dispatch him.
I was shocked because I felt like they were building up the character to be something. So, like, I was shocked of his death, but to your point, like, he's definitely like not somebody I was highly invested in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, that's proof to good writing on the show, because I mean, the guy's on the show for 4 episodes and you're shocked when this dude dies.
Yeah, dude, I thought I was like, okay, this dude's pretty serious. This might be. I thought he was going to at least run till the end of the season.
What were even his powers?
Did they even ever show them?
I don't know. I've been sitting here as I was writing down my notes and everything. I was trying to think, like, what the fuck are even his powers?
Yeah,
I don't think you ever see him, other than he's in a boy band, and they keep playing that goddamn song like in every episode of the show about driving in your car or some shit. God, that song sucks.
Yeah, dude, it was awful. But it was shocking. I mean, there was quite a bit. Like, episode 4 really had just like one shocking moment after another. Huey getting powers. The turn on Stan Edgar.
I did have another question from that episode. Was that Vicky giving her daughter Compound V?
Yes, that was permanent. That was the blue stuff.
Yeah,
the blue
that
stuff.
was the blue shit. Yeah.
In order to basically make her super strong, like to give her, like armor, basically.
We say super strong, but shit, I mean, who knows? She could turn into love sausage. I mean, shit, we don't know what that shit's gonna do.
I just wish you wouldn't say things sometimes.
What, dude? Look, we made it an hour before we talked about love sausage.
Oh, all right. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, she's given her daughter, permanent Compound V, and yeah, I mean, I can't necessarily blame her for that, right? So what? I know you're not big on predictions, and I don't have Jason here, so we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on it. But what predictions do you have for the next upcoming episode?
Yeah, that's what I really think. I don't think A-Train really ratted them out on this plan. I think I feel like A-Train is really trying to make a difference this season. Like, you see him trying to go after the Blue Hawk and getting shut down, and Homelander is just constantly fucking with him. And I get it. He wants to be back in the good graces and all that, but I almost feel like he's gone too far, and he's got his family in his ear kind of chirping at him as well. I don't think he sold them out. I still think Supersonic sold them out because he was a new guy, and he was really he really wanted the fame, I think. And I think we'll find that out, and I think we're going to find out that he made that up, because I'm sure he said, yeah, A-Train knows about it as well. So I feel like we'll find out in the next episode that he's just trying to stir the pot.
Man, that I would tell you, Josh, that would be a good turn if we find out Supersonic, maybe he really still did have a thing for Starlight, and he's like, you know what, she's not going to be interested in me, so fuck her, right? I'm gonna get mine. And maybe he didn't even say he was. Maybe he didn't say he was a part of it. Maybe he was like, "Hey, A-Train and A-Train and Starlight, they're trying to plot against you." And maybe Homelander's like, "Okay, cool. Thanks for the info." Zap, pop.
Yeah.
And maybe Starlight confronts A-Train, and A-Train's like, "What? I didn't say nothing to your fucking. I didn't say anything. Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that? I fucking hate Homelander."
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would he specifically tell Starlight that A-Train said something? He'd have no reason to say that.
Unless he just, so let's say Homelander was telling the truth and everything. Maybe he just wants her to feel alone, right? Like, hey, don't try to make friends. You got nobody. Like, you got to just, hey, you're gonna be my bitch, and that is what it is. I mean, that's essentially what he said to her, right?
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but he basically told her, like, you're done with Huey, you're done with everybody, you're gonna be with me now.
Yeah.
I think Maeve is gonna die at the end of this season. I think Maeve's done.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're due for
a big death.
A big death. Yeah.
And I think it's Maeve. I think they're setting it up to be Maeve, because we're really not seeing her character a lot. Yeah. And
okay. Well, here's the question too: is Soldier Boy the thing that's going to kill Homelander? Because he had that blast from his chest that seemed to take Kimiko's powers, right?
So I'm glad you brought that up. I have a prediction.
So is he the weapon? Yeah.
My prediction, because I think this season's gonna end on. Because think about it, last season ended on the good guys had their victory. Yes, It was tragic. It was kind of a mixed bag because Butcher's ex died and all that. But ultimately, they kind of got over on Homelander. I think this ends like Empire Strikes Back style, where the bad guys...
Homelander's on top.
Yeah. I think Soldier Boy sides with Homelander in a twist.
Okay. And then he turns around and shoots Maeve with the chest cannon.
Yep.
Okay.
I think Soldier Boy's been tortured and been taken advantage of by normal people, and he sees Homelander's ideal of superheroes being on top, and he's like, you know what, you're right. Fuck him.
It's the Magneto X-Men storyline.
Yes,
I'm with you.
It's the twist, and the good guys thought, hey, we're gonna get this victory, and now they have to deal with two fucking psychopaths.
Okay.
That's my prediction.
I like it. I think that's a good prediction. I think that outweighs anything that Jason would have brought to this podcast.
Absolutely. Because, look, I'm just thinking, man, like, I think this season has already shown, like, it's like the good guys are desperate. It's like, okay, we need to fight. You know, they need to fight fire with fire, basically. We need to, you know, we can't take the high ground or anything like that, or the high road. And I think ultimately they just don't. They fail. I think the good guys fail, and this ends on a super, like, shit. Like, we fucked up, basically.
Yeah.
Well, and look, they've already gotten shout out to the production team and everybody a part of the boys. They've already gotten renewed for season 4. That was just announced like yesterday or something like that. So, their season 4 is a go. Which I'm shocked that was even a question.
Yeah. Hey, look, that's just more content for us, baby.
Yeah, so that's good. So, yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's the best goddamn show on TV right now. I mean, we got 2 more episodes of Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I am looking forward to the boys this coming week for sure.
Dude, I would trade them canceling Obi-Wan Kenobi right now, and we don't get the finish, if they would just release the rest of the episodes of The Boys so I could just binge the rest of it.
Oh, man. I'd watch them all right now, stay up all night.
I would 100% do that. I'd stay up till 2, 3 in the morning or whatever it was. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, I thought I would spoil this because I had to read it, because I had it pulled up just as a reference. The next 2 episodes of The Boys, I'm going to tell you the names of them. So episode 5 is called The Last Time to Look on This World of Lies. And then the 6th one, I love this, should have been our band name, Herogasm.
Oh, shit.
So,
okay.
Some interesting titles there. I have no idea what they could mean, but there we go. So, any final thoughts or?
Nope. I'm just excited for the next 6 episodes.
Oh yeah, I can't fucking wait, man. Hey, look, this is the first time I think you and I have done a podcast solo, and I think we did all right. So
I think we did okay. Yeah. Hey, coming up here next week, we're going to be doing episode 5 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and we're doing episode 5 of The Boys. How about that?
Yeah.
So we'll be doing a little double header there. Following week, we'll be doing 6 and 6, and then it'll just be The Boys for a minute, and it's actually going to bleed into, I think, the first couple of Game of Thrones recaps as well from the first and second season, if I'm not mistaken, from a timeline standpoint. So.
Yep.
We are inundated with content here for the next little bit. Don't forget, we are doing all 8 season recap of Game of Thrones leading up to the House of Dragons. And somewhere in this motherfucker, we also got to find time to talk about the next 5 albums on the Metalhead's journey. And, hey, look, for all those closeted power metal fans out there, hey, look, there might be a little tasty morsel for you coming just on the YouTube channel somewhere down the line here. Who knows?
It could be called the half hour of power. Just throwing that out there.
It could be.
Yeah.
We may or may not be talking about one individual power metal album on our newly created top 25 power metal list of all time. Maybe.
We'll see. But yeah, I guess. Hey man, I think we successfully completed a podcast, and yeah. So that's it, man.
We'll catch you guys later. Live long and prosper.
Take it easy, everybody. Later.